Good morning, RGS students. I hope you're saying, good morning, Mrs. Graves. Now, today, I'm going to give you a little bit of a break. Yeah, now we've been working on the folk art facts, and that was a lot. Yes, I am proud of you guys for finishing that. Now, we had a lot of details in the facts, and we had to be very careful when we were coloring the fox. So today we're going to head to the beach. Woo! I'm giving you a vacation. After working so hard getting that fox done, we get to take a vacation to the beach. I'm thinking of splashing in that water and building a sandcastle. So that's what we're going to do today. So get your pails and your buckets because we're making a sandcastle. All right, look behind me, boys and girls. We are going to be talking about texture, balance, space. We are going to be drawing and coloring a textured sandcastle. And we're going to talk a little bit about the artist Edward Hopper and Mary Cassatt. Ooh, they liked seascapes. So, boys and girls, I hope you're having a great day and you're ready to make a sandcastle. So, look in your art packet. Remember, your big old art packet. And you need to find the piece of paper. It's not yellow, it's tan. And you can tell, kind of rough, almost like a paper bag. It already has a texture. And we use this once in a while, but not a lot. So it'll be fun to make your sandcastle on this paper today, okay? So get your paper and your crayons. That's all you need. This paper and your crayons, all right? I will be back here in just a minute. Okay, boys and girls, I'm back. Now, this is the completed project, and we're going to talk about it for just a minute. We're going to talk about textured first. Now, texture is the surface quality that can be seen and felt. Textures can be rough or smooth, soft or hard. Texture does not always feel the way it looks. And if you look at these two examples, this picture is implied texture. That means we drew the texture. And over here, it says actual texture. So if you touched it, you would feel the texture. This one is implied. It just looks like it has texture. This one actually has texture when you touch it. Okay. A good example of actual texture would be like a cotton ball. It would be soft when you touch it. Okay. And then balance. Balance, remember, is like being symmetrical. It's a way of combining art elements to add a feeling of stability to a work of art. Now, we're going to talk about that when we look at art composition. And remember, when we see 3s or 5s, any odd numbers in art help us balance. So you can see there are 3 parts of my sandcastle, 3 flags, 3 sea items in the sand, and 3 images in the sky. Even though there's 1 on this side and 2 on this side, this cloud is larger. So it fills about as much space as the sun and the 3rd item, which is a cloud. So, and you can also see my background is divided into 3 parts. I have sand, water, and sky. So we have a lot of 3s in our project today, and that helps balance. Now, space. We're going to talk about space for a minute. Space is discussed or talked about a lot in landscapes. You can see the boats here and the sky here. Now, those are landscapes. You see the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. And that's what we can see in our picture today too. The foreground would be the sand, the seashell, the starfish, and the shovel. The middle ground would be the water and the sandcastle, and then the background would be the sky. So we are also learning about space today. All right, boys and girls. The first thing we're going to do is draw our sandcastle. So you need your black crayon and your paper. Make sure your paper is horizontal. Horizontal today. That means it's sleepy. Remember, this is vertical and your paper's awake. Today your paper's so tired. Good night, paper. It's horizontal. It's sleepy. It's going to take a nap. Good night, paper. Now, I'm getting my black crayon. Remember, I always break my crayons in half, but that's okay because there's still a lot of waxy color that you can use. Just peel the paper off, okay? So with my black crayon, I am going to start my project by making my sand line. Now, you can always use your fingers, remember, like we talked about with drawing the fox. You can use your fingers to help you with spatial relationships. Draw your sand, and then about 3 fingers from the top in the middle, you're going to draw a short horizontal line. And then you are going to draw just a slight diagonal, so not a vertical, which is up and down, but you're just going to make a little bit of a diagonal on each side, and then on the top. Those are the little lines for the top or the cornice of the castle. Now, we also made those little lines when we drew the roof on the schoolhouse. Now, we can make short lines towards the middle, leave a space, and then make another line. We just made the broken line or the dashed line. We learned about that earlier. And then you're making like a little U shape, but with straight lines. And that's the middle section of the castle. Now we're going to make the side of the castle. So about halfway down, you're going to make that dashed line again. So 1, 2, 3, and then straight down. And then go back and make that little U shape. There you go. And then you're going to do it on the other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, straight down, and then make that little U shape. Good job, boys and girls. Okay, next, we're going to make the doors of the castle. So you can make big curved or rainbow line, and then the ones on the side are a little bit smaller. Now in the doorway, I'll show you what I did here. We're going to add another little curved line to show that it is an opening that you can go in and out of. So this would be the part of the castle wall, and you could pretend like you can go in and play in your castle. So you're going to start in the middle of your door and follow the curved line down. Follow the curved line down. There. And I'm only doing that on one side, remember. Good. Next, part way up the side of your castle, you're going to make straight line, straight line. Remember, this is the sand, this will be the water, and then the sky will be up here. Good. Next, we are going to make the 3 flags. So right in the middle, you want a straight vertical line, and then you want to put a sideways triangle. Straight vertical, sideways triangle, straight vertical, sideways triangle. Perfect. Now let's add our clouds. Remember, the cloud on this side, I'm going to make big. And now in this corner, we are going to make a sun and a cloud. And we want to be able to color the sun in. So I can definitely color in a circle, but remember when we just make those lines, we can't color those lines in. So today, we are going to make triangles all around the circle. And the triangles are representing the rays of the sun, and we can color those in. And then you're just going to make a small little cloud over there. Oh, our sandcastle is coming along so nicely. All right, now at the bottom, we're going to make a seashell, a starfish, and a little shovel. Okay, this little seashell, you can make a line and almost like you're going to make a triangle, but don't close it up on the tip. And then it's like you're making a circle around it, but you're not closing it up. And then you'll make a line in the middle and then a little diagonal line on each side to represent those ridges in the seashell. That helps with texture. Now the starfish has 5 points. We're going to make 5 points in our starfish today. And you can make curved lines or you can make straight lines. I might curve mine a little bit so it looks like my starfish might be wiggling around. Maybe he's crawling across the sand or trying to bury himself. And the shovel. You're going to make a straight line with a curved line underneath. Then 2 parallel lines, straight line, and then you're going to make the handle, which is a curved line and a straight line, little half circle. Okay, boys and girls, we just drew the whole sandcastle. Look at how awesome that is. Now, boys and girls, you are going to add some texture. And earlier I said this paper already has some awesome texture, but we're going to add a little bit more. Now we added texture in the seashell, and now we want to add some texture in the sand. So what I'm doing with my brown is I'm setting it and just twisting all over to add the implied texture of sand, right? It looks like little grains of sand. Now when you bang on your paper with your crayon, you'll probably break it. So this is a nice way to add texture without breaking your crayon. So you set your crayon down and twist. So you can do that all over the sand and the sandcastle. You can add as much or as little texture as you want. Just add a little bit of texture. All right, Now, boys and girls, it's your creative choice what colors you would like to color. Everything, I colored mine close to realistic. So that'll be your choice. If you have, maybe you have that giant box of crayons and you would like to use some different colors or mix some colors, you can definitely do that. Okay? But this is the way I colored mine, and I like it. I'm happy with it. Remember to color the inside of your door area a little bit darker to show that you are going inside. That part of the wall would be shadowed. Now, boys and girls, I think this was a fun project, and I hope that you really liked it. Now, Mary Cassatt, she was an artist that loved water and drawing people. She would draw people in boats a lot, or by water, in the sand. She's painted some beautiful pictures of children playing in the sand. And Edward Hopper, he liked shorelines. So you can see here, there's a sandy beach and a lighthouse and then a sailboat in the water. So Mary Cassatt and Edward Hopper, they loved being by the ocean and the beach too. So you can look those guys up. All right, boys and girls, I hope you liked your vacation today. And I want to see these awesome sandcastles. So make sure you add them to Art Sonia or send me an email. All right, boys and girls, thanks. Have fun on your vacation.